second dish, which is a very special chicken recipe from Fort Begu that involves a number of stages of marination. And the first thing that we've done here is marinated the chicken overnight with paprika, the juice of 8 lemons, as well as salt. And now Mr. Singh is going to teach me how to make the second marination.
So we are now going for a stunning chicken dish. The important ingredients in this second marination is half a cup of yogurt.
Okay.
Okay, and 1 tablespoon of garlic paste, and 1 tablespoon of the ginger paste, and 1 teaspoon of black salt, you see, and 1 tablespoon of fenugreek paste.
And what about your garam masala?
That completes second marination. Now you can start with that.
Wonderful.
Nice.
So I'll get started with the yogurt, followed by the garlic and the ginger paste. So why are there 2 processes of marination?
Because the overnight you have to keep only in paprika, and a lemon juice is 7 to 8 limes. That's all, and 1 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
That will make it tender.
Does the black salt have a very different flavour? That's what I'm adding now.
That is typical of Indian cooking. You have to use 4 or 5 types of salt. Yes. Salts are of 4 or 5 types.
So I'm going to add half of the garam masala.
Yes.
And the final ingredient is the fenugreek?
Fenugreek, yes. It has also to be powdered, you see, and mixed with some water. And this is the paste. You have to apply the whole of it.
Okay.
It is about a tablespoon.
And shall I start to mix?
Oh, yes, you have to mix it up very well.
Okay. So, Mr. Singh, when did you learn to cook?
I am an agricultural scientist, you see.
Yes.
I've done my post-graduation in agronomy, the science of growing crops. And cooking is my passion. As you know, a way to man's heart is through his stomach.
That's true.
That everybody knows. So, if you want to be near your beloved, then try to enter from his stomach.
And what's the way to a woman's heart?
Then to the heart, you see, automatically. And you see, cooking is such an interesting thing. It's most rewarding, you see. But it is at the same time hazardous also. If you burn your fingers, then what you do? You have to be very careful, you see. And if that happens, you apply some aloe vera on your burnt portion.
And that soothes the skin?
Yes, that is 100% cure.
So we've mixed the chicken, and now we're going to leave it for 15 minutes?
Yes, preferably.
Lovely. So we'll leave this away for marination, and then it's going to be barbecued over a charcoal grill. There we go. Thank you. So while we're leaving that for marination, Mr. Singh's been kind enough to say he's going to teach me how to make his special tomato puree.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So the first ingredient is the clarified butter?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So at your investiture ceremony, did you have a lot of special foods there?
We had many festivities for a week, not for a day.
Wow.
For a week. I just mounted the elephant here, a lad of 8 years, imagine, sitting on a caparisoned elephant.
Wow.
Standing here in front of the palace, a special pedestal there. And it was, and the whole of Begun township was busy watching all the activities, you see, and all the festivities. And they continued for a week. Can you imagine?
Can you remember what you had to wear?
Sure, I was in my formal dress, you see, a pagri, Mewari pagri, and a good golden diamond heart. And diamonds, as you know, are forever.
Of course, that's
they
true.
have their own charm, you see.
They do.
You see, and the full dress, formal dress, I had to wear, you see, and of course a small sword with me, you see, a most trusted friend of a Rajput.
His sword?
Yes, the most trusted friend of a Rajput is sword.
Ready to add the onions now?
No, onions only for half a minute.
Okay.
Yes, let it. Just after half minute, you have to add tomato in it.
So have you taught your cooking skills to your sons and daughters?
I believe in democracy. I don't want to thrust upon them the cooking, you see. It's a passion.
That's true.
I can't just tell my sons to become good cooks. They should be involved in their own passions.
And do you think a lot of the young generation don't know how to make these traditional recipes?
No, some of them know the recipes, you see. Yes. One who knows what he knows is a wise man.
Okay. So we're ready to add the tomato
No,
sauce?
you have to add tomato
Okay.
without delay. Okay.
Do you also cook?
This has to be, this tossing has to be done for about 5 minutes. And then we add other things, one by one.
So now we're ready to add the next ingredients, which is the garlic and the ginger.
Yes.
Okay. How old is this recipe, sir?
It's carried down from generations.
And what occasions do you cook it on?
Whenever we want.
No special occasion?
No, it's not confined to any occasion. Whenever we want, we enjoy this dish.
Do you think it's important that families have some secret recipes of their own?
Yes, definitely. We are zealously guarding some of the recipes. Otherwise, they will be exposed to any Tom, Dick, and Harry,
That's true.
which we don't want.
But when you have guests come to stay at the fort, are they able to try some of the traditional Bagu dishes?
No, in that I am quite businesslike, you see. I always request my guests, if you want 2 recipes from me, you have to give 4 recipes from your country. Then only.
But then if you meet an English person, they'll give you a recipe for chicken tandoor.
With them. Okay, that's a good bargain. 2:4. I believe in 2:4.
A good bargain for you.
Yes.
We're ready to add the garam masala.
Yes, you have to put it the whole amount.
Okay.
Now you are watching the fragrance, you see.
I know.
Aroma, fragrance, it's all mouth-watering.
Smells beautiful. Are we ready to add the paprika as well?
Paprika, you can put the whole one.
The whole amount?
Yes.
Okay.
You see, cooking, Indian cooking itself is a royal hobby. And I'll request you to do every maneuver in a royal way so that it becomes all graceful, you see, and royal. We have not to move our spoon like a hockey stick. Otherwise, it will be a funny show.
Okay. So we have one more ingredient to add, the salt.
That a teaspoon, a teaspoon and a half is enough.
Okay, a teaspoon and a half.
Yes, and no black salt. It's ordinary salt. That's enough.
Okay. And so the final thing we're going to do is Mr. Singh has told me that we need to strain this.
Naturally, after some time,
Yeah. Do we need to add any water?
a little of water more.
Okay.
4 tablespoons. Excellent gravy now.
It is, very much.
No, Europeans are leaving their bland food, going for Indian curries. So this is the most important recipe which we are now doing, you see. This is what the world now requires. And they are attracted towards Indian cuisine.
So we've reached the stage now where the clarified butter has come to the top.
Yes, that's the correct stage.
So now we're ready for the straining.
Right. Some more, some more.
So now we're going to get the big spoon
Yes, handle, yes, you hold it.
and hold the strainer and press the tomato puree through the strainer. So all the juice has been strained through now.
Yes.
Okay. So we're ready for our final stage, which is adding the chicken to the tomato puree. Is that right?
That's right.
Lovely.
First on high heat, then
First on a high heat. Can I take the chicken? Thank you.
pour one by one.
I should add these one by one?
Yes. That's perfect.
So we've added the final piece of chicken, and now Mr. Singh has told me there is one final important ingredient to go in.
We have put only all the garam masalas, spices. Now one is left out, that is caraway seeds. It has an important role in that. Caraway seeds.
Should I add it
The
all?
whole amount, yes. This is 2 teaspoons of caraway.
Okay. And why are the caraway seeds so important?
Oh, it makes a lot of difference in the taste and aroma.
Well, it already smells really good.
And all these have, you see, medicinal value, Ayurvedic value, you see. And by using all the aromatic and spices, not only the flavor, aroma you receive, but you have a lot of antibiotic properties in it. That's why if you want to keep yourself healthy, you have to have all these organic things, herbs and aromatics and dozens of, and we are rich in all the aromatics and herbs. Kerala produces more than 200 spices.
Wow.
Exported to the whole of the world.
So finally, we're going to leave our chicken for another 10 minutes to cook, and then we're ready to try another regal recipe. I can't